Alright, another example of long division. So let's see this problem. 11x to the third plus 17x squared plus 4x plus 7 divided by x plus 1. So before we can do any division, now we check for any missing terms. So if I start with the highest exponent, 3, to count down next is 2, x squared, which we do have an x squared. After that is x to the 1 power, which we do have that. And then after x to the 1 power is a constant number, so we do have that. So we're good. And then we're good over here. So no missing terms here, no missing terms there. So this is pretty much set up already. Alright. So we are going to check with the leading terms. So x in our divisor, and then 11x to the third power. So just like in the previous example, we're going to see how much x can go into 11x to the third. So I'm going to write right here. So 11x to the third divided by, now since it's just x, I can write 1x to the 1 power. So 11x to the third divided by 1x to the 1 power. If we look at the coefficient, so 11 divided by 1 is just 11. And then x to the third divided by x to the 1 is just simply x squared. So I'm just going to write 11x squared over here. So 11x squared. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply that 11x squared to that x plus 1. So I'm going to write right here 11x squared times x plus 1. And again, I'm doing this to show you, or to have you have a visual of what's the process. So 11x squared times x, that's just 11x to the third, and then 11x squared times 1 is just plus 11x squared. So I'm just going to write 11x to the third plus 11x squared, in parentheses minus. Now, in the previous example, I kept the parenthesis. Now, if you include the parenthesis in the beginning and put a minus, you can distribute the minus. So this is, you have to remember. So there's other teachers teaching this method, and it works as long as it's done correctly. So again, if this is done correctly, so you have to memorize how to do it correctly. Because I've seen some students who follow this method, and yes, the concept was correct, but they made some small mistakes that lead to having the wrong answer. So if I don't want to keep the parenthesis, what I can do, I'm going to distribute the minus to this 11x to the third and this positive 11x squared. So if I don't want to keep it, if I erase the parenthesis, so instead of erasing the parenthesis, first I'm going to distribute the minus to the 11x squared, so that's going to be negative. So I'm going to just erase this one parenthesis, okay, and then distribute to this one, so that's going to make it minus, and then I'm going to get rid of this parenthesis. So now you can easily see how the process works. So right here you can have a better visual connection, but again, you have to memorize how to do this correctly. So I got rid of the parenthesis by distributing the minus outside. Alright, so 11x to the third minus 11x to the third, well, that's going to cancel out. Then I'm going to look at this one. Alright, so if it's 17x squared and it's a positive 17x squared, minus 11x squared, well, I'm left with just simply 6x squared. So that's it for this. So 17x squared, a positive 17x squared minus 11x squared will be a simply 6x squared. And then I'm going to bring down the plus 4x. Alright. So, first we're going to look at this. The 6x squared. So basically, I'm just basically asking how much or how many can x go into 6x squared. So I'm going to write right here. So 6x squared divided by this x. So I can simply write 1x to the 1 power. So if we just focus on the coefficient only, 6 divided by 1 is just 6. And if I do x squared divided by x to the 1 power, it's just x. So that means I'm just going to write a positive 6x here. So plus 6x. Plus 6x. Now, I'm going to multiply the 6x to that divisor, x plus 1. So I'm going to write right here, 6x times x plus 1. So I'm distributing the 6x to this x and that plus 1. So here we're going to get 6x squared. And this 6x times plus 1 will be just plus 6x. So again, I multiply the 6x to that x plus 1. So 6x times x plus 1. And I'm going to put this over here. So 6x squared plus 6x. And then parenthesis with the minus outside. And again, I'm going to do the same thing what I did right here. So I'm going to distribute the minus from the outside to everything in here. So if I do that, this is going to become negative 6x squared. And then this will also change the sign. So instead of positive, it's going to be negative. And then I can get rid of this parenthesis. Alright, so there we go. I changed the signs and got rid of the parenthesis. So let's look at it part by part. 6x squared minus 6x squared cancel out. Now we're going to focus on this. Positive 4x minus 6x, well, that's just negative 2x. Alright, so negative 2x. And then I'm going to bring down the plus 7. So with the negative 2x, I'm going to bring down the plus 7. Alright. So we are on the last stretch. Right. So x and negative 2x. And negative 2x. So the difference between 11x to the third and 6x squared was these two were positive, but this case it's negative. So what or how many can x go into negative 2x? So I'm going to write right here. So negative 2x divided by just 1x. That 1x was from here. So negative 2x divided by 1x is just negative 2. So since it's negative 2, I'm going to write minus 2. Alright. So a negative 2x, and I'm multiplying to that divisor right there. So x plus 1. And again, I'm only distributing to everything, the negative 2x to here. So we're going to get negative 2x squared. Negative 2x times plus 1 is just minus 2x. And then I'm simply just going to put it right here. So negative 2x. Oh, that's a mistake. So this was just supposed to be just a negative 2. So this shouldn't be x squared, and this should just be a number. So again, let's take a step back. So negative 2x divided by 1x is just negative 2. So negative 2 right here. So basically negative 2 times the divisor. So negative 2 times the divisor. Negative 2 times x is just negative 2x. Negative 2 times plus 1 is just minus 2. So I'm just going to write right here, minus 2. With parenthesis and a minus outside. Alright, so just like before, if I want to get rid of the parenthesis, I'm going to distribute the minus from the outside to everything in here. So if I distribute this minus to this will become a plus. And if I distribute this minus to that will become a plus. So I'm going to get rid of this minus and get rid of that parenthesis. Alright. Negative 2x plus 2x, that's going to cancel out. Then I'm left with a positive 7 plus 2, that's a 9. And there's no more variables of x, it's just a single number. So this is our remainder. So our answer is 11x squared plus 6x minus 2 with a remainder of 9. So I'm going to write the answer since I have space right here. Alright, so here's this half of the answer. So 11x squared plus 6x minus 2. Now since it's a positive 9, I'm going to write plus 9 as the numerator and our divisor as the denominator, x plus 1. So that's our answer. 11x squared plus 6x minus 2 plus 9 over x plus 1.